Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom or Gummy, and today we are back once again for another statue tutorial in Minecraft, of course. Today we are continuing with the Five Nights at Freddy's series, and we are doing Dreadbear from FNAF VR Help Wanted. So I'm only about a year, just under a year, late to doing this. Appreciate been gone a while, and things have been a little scarce on the upload front. But there's going to be more videos coming in the very near future, fingers crossed. But I'm not going to talk too much about that for now. If you want to listen to that, I'll be discussing it more in depth at the end of the video. So for those who want the tutorial, let's get straight into the building. The blocks you're going to need are as following. You'll need green terracotta, lime terracotta, cyan terracotta, black concrete, black wool, stone, block of quartz, sea lantern, or, and this is a big or, glowstone, so it's up to you. I personally prefer sea lanterns, and other people personally prefer glowstone, up to you. And stone brick stairs and stone buttons. So I'm going to give you guys a second to pause here, grab them blocks into your inventory, and then we'll get straight into our tutorial. So I want to give a huge shout out, as always, to the designer of this statue. So this statue was indeed designed by RedXPhones. So I'm going to leave a link to his YouTube channel and various other social medias in the description. Please go show him some love and support. He does various statues on his channel, tutorials, and not just of FNAF content as well. So a bunch of really cool stuff on there. Again, links in the description. Go check it out. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial. I might be a little rusty, it's been a while, but we shall see. So we're going to start with the legs. The legs are a 12x8 rectangle, as always. We're going to find a nice empty space, grab ourselves our black concrete, and we're going to place one black concrete, one, let me switch this over to here, just so it's next to each other. So one green terracotta, one black concrete, 2 green terracotta, 1 black concrete, 1 green terracotta, and 1 black concrete. And what we're going to go ahead and do is repeat that for the second layer. So that is, again, 1 black concrete, 1 green terracotta, black concrete, 2 green, 1 black, 1 green, 1 black. So the next 2 layers on top of this are going to be 8 green terracotta. So once again, that is 2 layers of 8 green terracotta, and that is the layers number 3 and 4. For layer number 5, we're going to cap this off with 1 black concrete, 2 cyan terracotta, 2 black concrete, 2 cyan, and 1 black concrete. And again, that's our 5th layer. On top of this, we are going to place 3 layers of 8 green terracotta. So once again, that is 3 layers of solid 8 green terracotta. Now we are going to come back and mess this up a little bit, add some details, and make it look a little less perfect. But for now, let's get the core build done, and then what we'll do is we'll come back, as I said, later on in the video and start making things a little less pretty. So for the next layer, we are going to place 3 green terracotta, 2 black concrete, and 3 green terracotta. We're going to follow this up for our 10th layer with 2 green terracotta, 1 black concrete, 2 green terracotta, 1 black concrete, and 2 green terracotta. For our second to last layer now, our 11th layer, we're going to do 2 black concrete, 4 green terracotta, and 2 black concrete. And then we're going to cap this off for our 12th and final layer with 1 black concrete, 6 green terracotta, and 1 black concrete. So very standard leg build for the design. Again, that is 12 tall, 8 wide, so 12 blocks and by 8. And again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. What I'm going to do right now is grab these stone buttons onto my hotbar, and we're going to start making it a little more interesting. So we are going to start off with some indentations. Again, if you are new to the channel, essentially an indentation is remove some blocks and place it 1 block behind. So we're going to come to the 10th layer. So this is the layer that starts off with 2 green and then 1 black concrete. We're going to come to the second green. We're going to punch that out, and we're going to indent a cyan terracotta. So once again, to indent, you just come around to the rear side, build block 1 backwards. So you have this kind of gap, but it's still got a block behind. What we're then going to do is go down diagonal to the right once. We're then going to go down to the right, and down. And that's going to give us this Tetris-like shape. What we're going to do is, starting from the bottom, we are going to indent one black concrete. Head around to the front, we're going to go up using cyan, to the left using cyan, up using black concrete. So right now you should have 5 blocks in total which have been indented. What we're then going to do is come to the cyan terracotta right here. We're going to go one to the right, we're going to leave it, we're going to place one here, go up diagonal to right, and up one, so 3 blocks more. And from this one, we go around to the rear side, and it's going to be one cyan terracotta. Then from there, we're going to go up diagonal with black concrete, and on top of that, a cyan terracotta. And it ends up looking something like this. Once again, that is a 12 by 8 rectangle, and that is the indentations. In terms of the additional design, we're going to grab ourselves 4 stone buttons. To the right of this black concrete indentation, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, it goes all the way across, and that is the front side of the legs complete. So again, if you want to pause here, you are more than welcome to do so. And what we're going to do now is start making some progress on the sides. Now, of course, normally we'd work our way up to the body. What we're going to do in this case is, because there's actually some indentations, an endoskeleton, I guess you could say, inside the actual build, we're going to build the sides up, make it 3D, and then we'll come back and add the inners of the body afterwards. So again, this is the front side of the legs. Last opportunity to pause if you need to do so, and let's continue. So for the sides, we're going to come around to the left side first. Essentially, what we're going to do is expand it from this black concrete, 1, 2, 3, to the left. Essentially, the side of the leg is going to be 12 tall and 4 wide. However, and this is a big however, the 4th block, this one here, is already placed. You can see it in front of us. It is there. It is real. We do not need to place another 4th block. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing 1, 2, and 3 left to right, and then the 4th one already there. That's going to give us our 12 by 4. Hopefully nice and simple. So for the first 4 layers, we're going to do 3 blocks of green terracotta, and we're going to cap that off for the 5th layer with a layer of black concrete. We're then going to do 5 layers of green terracotta, followed by a layer of black concrete, and then for the final layer, 1 black concrete, 2 green terracotta, and of course that matches up with the 1 black concrete right there. That's going to give us our 12 by 4, and from a corner angle, it looks something like this. So again, just to recap, because I appreciate that might have been a little fast, that is going to be 4 layers of green terracotta, 1 layer of black concrete, 5 layers of green terracotta, 1 layer of black concrete, and 1 layer of black concrete, and 2 green terracotta. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this on the right side. So we head around to the right side, and we're going to do the exact same. 4 layers of green terracotta, a layer of black concrete, 5 layers of green terracotta, a layer of black concrete, and then the 2 green, 1 black. So again, exact same logic applies. That is a 12 by 4. However, what we're going to do is, continuing the theme of the buttons, we're going to come to the exact same layer as the buttons are on the front side. So this is the 7th layer. And we're going to place 4 buttons like so. So it continues all the way around, and that's essentially like the stitching you see on his legs. You're also going to see a bit of that on the upper body, on the chest, and also on the face. So again, from the side, it looks like this, and again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So right side, and then head around to the left side. So let's head around to the rear side now. The rear side is going to be a 12 by 8. However, left side and right side already have a row complete. That's 2 out the way. So what we're going to be doing is linking left side to right side. And the way we're going to be doing that is 6 in the middle. So linking left to right, 6 in the middle. First layer, or 4 layers, is going to be 6 green terracotta. So nice and simple. And we're going to cap that off with 2 cyan. 1, 2 black concrete, and 1, 2 cyan terracotta. On top of this, we are going to do the exact same as we did on the front side. So we're going to keep it simple first, and then we'll add the details afterwards. So we are going to start off with 3 layers of 6 green terracotta. What we're then going to do is 2 green, 2 black, 2 green, and once again we're going with this kind of upper leg structure. So we've got this little almost V shape. We're then going to do 1 green, 1 black, 2 green, 1 black, 1 green, and then for the final, second to last layer, 11th layer, 1 black, 4 green, 1 black, and then the actual final layer, I jumped the gun a little bit there, is going to be 6 green terracotta. So again, exact same as the front side in terms of the little kind of V shape, Again, that is a 12 by 8 rectangle, and if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. Now what we're going to do, as we did on the front side, is mash things up a little bit, make it look a little more crazy, a little more broken, a little more FNAF-esque. So let's start off by coming to the 10th layer. We're going to punch out the second block and go down one. Now indenting now is going to be a little easier, so we're going to place one cyan terracotta on the top one, and we're going to go down one with black concrete. What we're then going to do is we're going to go one to the right, punch out this one, and down one. We're going to indent, one black concrete, and underneath that, one cyan terracotta, like so. What we're then going to do is from this cyan terracotta, we're going to go 1, 2, and a 3 over to the right, indent one cyan terracotta. We're then going to go down diagonal to the left and down one. And what we're going to do is on the lower one, we're going to indent one cyan terracotta, on the upper one, one black concrete. So it ends up looking something like this. Now you can mash up the bottom a little bit if you want. I'm going to keep it plain as per the design, but what I am going to do is once again on the 7th layer, come to the left side, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, and 4 using our stone buttons, just to keep with the common theme of the stitching. So what I'm going to do, because that is the legs complete, is do a little spin around. Again, front and back are both 12 by 8, and the left side and right side is 12 by 4. Please do use this as an opportunity to pause. I'm not going to do the general fly around, just because I want to keep the video nice and short and keep you guys as engaged as possible. Try and make it nice and concise. So what we are going to do once we finish spinning around is we're going to start working on the actual endoskeleton of the upper body. Now the upper body is going to be a 12 by 8 by 4 area, so that means it's 12 tall, 8 wide and 4 thick. So what we're going to start off by doing is we have this area here. Essentially in each corner you have a black concrete. We're going to go ahead next to the green terracotta on the left side and place 2 cyan terracotta. We're then going to place 2 stone. This middle bit here doesn't really matter, so we'll just place a 2 by 2 of black concrete, 2 stone, and then 2 cyan terracotta. And it ends up looking something like this. Now on top of this black concrete we're going to build up. That's where the main kind of front bit is going to be. So we're going to make sure we're at the front side. The way you know is that the buttons are on the right corner. And we're going to go on the left side of this black concrete we've just placed in the middle, or whatever block you've placed. It does not matter. We're going to place on the front only, so not the rear side, the front 2 blocks only, 2 cyan terracotta. What we're then going to do is a 2 by 2 of stone, 2 cyan terracotta, a 2 by 2 of stone. So again, right now, as you can see, it is 6 blocks tall. The 7th and 8th layer is going to be cyan terracotta. The 9th layer is going to be stone. 10th layer, cyan terracotta. 11th, stone. And 12th and final layer, cyan terracotta. So right now it looks something like this. Again, that comprises of 1 layer of cyan, 2 layers of stone, 1 layer of cyan, 2 layers of stone, 2 layers of cyan, stone, cyan, stone, cyan. So what we're going to do is we are going to come to the area where the 2 by 2 of cyan is, and on the bottom we're going to go to the left and to the right using stone. What we're then going to do is on the left side and the right side is we're going to go up diagonal. So on the left side we go up diagonal to the left, on the right side up diagonal to the right. What we're then going to do is go 1 to the left using cyan terracotta and also 1 to the right, and we're going to build up 1, 2 and 1, 2. So again, right now should look something like this. Almost kind of looks like a trident at this point. On both sides, we're then going to build in towards the middle using 2 stone. So 1, 2, and exact same on this side, 1, 2 to the left this time. And below the stone we've just placed, we're going to place 1 cyan terracotta, just to give it a nice pattern like so. We're then going to jump the 11th layer, come to the 12th layer. We're going to go 1 to the left with stone, and 1 to the right. And then we're going to cap it off with 2 to the left, and 2 to the right using cyan terracotta. And it ends up looking something like this. Once again, that is 12 blocks tall, and if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. So again, I'll give you guys a brief second to pause, and then we'll get straight into continuing. So what we're going to do is we're then going to head round, and we're going to copy the exact same pattern that we've just built, but we're going to make it another layer thick. So again, it's just a case of doubling everything up that we've just done. nice and simple. Again, I'm not going to explain it purely on the aspect that it is just copying what you've done. And again, I'll give you an opportunity to pause once we have filled it all in nicely. So again, exact same pattern, just doubling it up. And right now, if you come to the corner side, it should look something like this. So again, I'll give you kind of head-on view, so you can pause if necessary. And what we're going to do now is start building over this, so that's going to be the inner part. And what this is important is because you'll see part of this kind of through the outer shell, as the shell has kind of eroded away, become damaged, etc, etc. So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to grab ourselves our cyan terracotta. We're going to come to the front side, once again distinguishable by the fact these stone buttons are on the right. And we're going to go to this black concrete here and go up diagonal to the left using cyan terracotta. We're then going to go one to the left using green, one cyan and one green. And we're going to repeat the exact same on the right side. So up diagonal to right using cyan, one green, one cyan and one green. So that is a 4 wide area. Essentially, this is the 13th layer of the build, the first layer of the body, and the first layer of the arms. The arms are going to be 12 tall and 4 wide, however, and this is a big however, we'll come back to that later on in the video. So we're going to ignore that for now. That's just kind of marking out where we begin. What we're going to do is, on the right side, we're going to go up diagonal from this cyan terracotta using lime terracotta. From here, we're going to build up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in total, it is now 7 blocks tall. And once again, this is using the lime terracotta, so the slightly lighter green block. From here, we're then going to go up diagonal to the left one, whoops, up diagonal to the left one, down diagonal to the left one, down diagonal to the left. From here, we're then going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there should be a 2 block gap on the left side and a 1 block gap on the right side. What we're going to do is on the left side, we're going to count up 1, 2, 3. So on this 3rd block here, we're going to go to the 4th one, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across, and it's going to give us this A shape. From here, what we're going to do is every block above this, we're going to fill in using lime terracotta. So all this gap here, we fill in with the one exception, and what we're going to do is go to the 1st block on this kind of solid row, 2nd row, 2nd block, punch that one out, there should be a gap. So that is the one exception, as you can see there, and it now looks something like this. In regards to this kind of area here, what we're going to do is we're going to build down layer by layer, or should I say row by row, column by column. So our first one below this line is 3 blocks down. Our second one we're going to leave as it is. The third one we're going to build down 1, 2. Fourth one, 1 block. The next one, 1, 2, 3. Same with the next one, so 1, 2, 3. And then the next row, we're going to build down 1. So it ends up looking something like this. Again, in terms of the height, the first row is 6 tall. The second row, with the exception of the 1 block missing, is 4 tall. Third row, 6 tall. Fourth row, 6 tall. Fifth row, 9 tall. Sixth row, 8 tall. Seventh row, 5 tall. And 8th row, 7 tall. And it ends up, as I said, looking like this. Now, either side, both on the left side and the right side, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4 using green terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to fill in the remaining area with the green terracotta at the top to build up to the 12th layer. And it's going to give you something that looks like this. What you're then going to do is grab yourselves your black concrete. This is going to be the bow tie. So we're going to come to the top left corner. And we are going to leave a 1 block gap. We're going to place 1, 2. Leave a 2 block gap, 1, 2, using the black concrete. And on either side, we're going to build down 2 and inwards 1. So it gives you something which looks like this. So a C and a backward C. What we're going to do is in the gap on either side, place a black wall. And we're going to join them in the middle using the 2 black concrete. That's going to give you your bow tie. And with that said, that is the basics of the front side of the body complete. What we are going to do is add a few details using the stone buttons, and again that's kind of going with the stitching and continuing the theme we saw on the legs. So with regards to the buttons, we're going to come to the top left corner. We're going to count down 1, 2 and 3, and on this third block here we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and it ends up looking something like this. We're then going to go in between the bow tie, so underneath we place 2, go down diagonal to right, 1, 2, 3, and down 1, 2. And again, as I said, ends up like this. So that is, again, 12 tall, 8 wide. You can see a little bit of the inside of the body on the lower half of the statue, which is perfect. And yeah, once you complete the rear side, you'll see kind of how that pulls together and gives you that really deteriorating, falling apart look. Without further ado, what we're going to do now is crack on with the arms. So the arms are both 12 tall, 4 wide. We've already marked out where they begin, but if you haven't already, what you're going to do, as I said, is go up diagonal from the black concrete, 1 cyan, 1 green, 1 cyan, 1 green. That's on both sides, so that is 4 to the left and 4 to the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side first. Once again, 12 tall, 4 wide, so each layer is 4 blocks in total. The second layer is going to be 4 green terracotta. Third layer is going to be 4 black concrete. We're then going to do 3 layers of green terracotta, a layer of black concrete, and then all the way to the top using green terracotta. So that is going to be 5 layers in total. So it ends up looking something like this. Very, very simple. 12 by 4, 12 tall, 4 wide. What we're going to do is we're going to repeat this on the right side. So again, the first layer is 1 cyan, 1 green, 1 cyan, 1 green. Second layer is 4 cyan. Third layer, 4 black concrete. 3 layers of, I meant to say green, not cyan. 3 layers of green. 1 layer of black concrete. And then 5 layers of green to bring us up to the top and give us our basic 12 by 4. So it ends up looking something like this. Now again, that's a little plain, a little boring. What we're going to first off do is underneath each of these cyan terracottas, we're going to place a stone. So this is going to go down and that's going to act as claws. What we're also going to do is we're going to add some indentations. So on the left side, we are going to come to the 6th layer here, 3rd block, and we are going to punch it out and indent a black concrete. So just the one. So on the left side, it is just the one indentation. On the right side, we come to the 6th layer, 1st block, 2nd block, and down one. And we're going to indent 3 black concrete in total. So if we come around to the rear side, once again, it is 1, 2, and 3. Whoops, I went the wrong way. There you go. And as you can see, it ends up looking something like this. The final step, and very, very basic, we're going to come on the left arm to the 2nd layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, using the stone buttons. And once you've done that, that is the arms complete. Now, as we get into the shoulders, we are going to be punching out some details in the top corner. So what we can actually do is, as a heads up, we'll punch out the 11th layer, 1st block, 12th layer, 2nd and 1st block, and same applies on that side. But we won't do that for now. As I said, we'll come back to that later in the video. So, for now, again, that is the front side of the body and the front side of the arms. If you want to pause, please feel free to do so. And without further ado, we shall start working on the sides. So, just like we did on the sides of the legs, the side of the arms are 12 by 4. What we're going to start off by doing is we're going to come around to the rear side to the first layer of the arms, and from this cyan terracotta here we're going to extend backwards 1, 2, 3 all the way across, and what this is going to give us is a 4 by 4 platform. If we go ahead and do this on the other side as well, as I said, it gives us a 4 by 4 platform. This is going to make sure there's no holes in the bottom of the hands, and it's going to give us our platform to work from. Heading back round to the left side, what you should now be presented with is a side or a backwards facing L. Again, this is going to be a 12 by 4, however, 4th row already done, so we're placing 3 blocks per layer. Starting off with the first layer, we're going to go ahead and replace the 1st and 3rd block with cyan terracotta, and just like we did with the other ones, we're going to place a stone block underneath each one. For the 2nd layer, we're going to place 3 green terracotta, and we're going to cap this off with the 3rd layer with black concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 3 more layers of green terracotta, 1 layer of black concrete, and then 5 layers of green terracotta to bring us all the way to the top. So that is a 12x4. Again, very, very basic, very self-explanatory. And we're going to repeat this on the right side. Before we do this, I'll give you a little side angle, just in case you want to pause. Please feel free to do so. So heading around to the right side, again, exact same applies. This time it should look like an L, 12x4. First block is already done, so we're placing second, third, and fourth. First layer, we're going to punch out the second and fourth and replace with cyan terracotta, and underneath each one a stone block, like so. Second layer is going to be 3 green terracotta, followed by 3 black concrete, 3 layers of green terracotta, followed by a layer of black concrete, and then 5 layers of green terracotta. Exact same as the other side, very, very self-explanatory, so not spending too long on it at all. For the corner angle, you should now see the statue looks something like this. One thing you may have noticed is you'll be able to see on the inside of the arms. So the way we're going to counter this is we're actually going to build up the inside as well. Now we only have to do this to a certain point until it cuts off. So what we're going to do is on the inside part, we're going to place 1 layer of green, 1 layer of black, and then 3 layers of green, 1 layer of black, and then it cuts off at that point. What we're then going to do is on this side, exact same. So green, black, 3 green, 1 black, and then it cuts off so it doesn't matter. So that's just to make sure that when you're looking on the inside of the statue, you can't see inside the arms, it doesn't look a bit weird, and it just makes it look a little more polished. So again, just match it up with the front and side, as you can see, and yeah, if you come around to the rear side now, it should look something like this. So, with regards to the rear side of the body, again, we've already done the middle bit, so that's the majority of the kind of tricky work out the way. What we're going to do is we are going to start off with the arms, we'll fill it in. So, this one, again, you can see, we've got the left side already done, part of the right side done, so for the first few layers, we're going to be placing 2 blocks, for the final few, it's going to be 3 blocks. It's just a case of matching everything up. So exact same pattern as before, the first 2 layers are green, third layer is black, 3 layers of green, a layer of black concrete, and then 5 layers of green to bring us home to the top of the statue. Ends up looking something like this. Right side, exact same. So again, 2 layers of green, 1 layer of black, 3 layers of green, 1 layer of black, and then 5 layers of green to bring us up to layer number 12. Again, ends up looking like this, 12x4 for each arm, and if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. For the rear side of the body, this is slightly more easy than the front side. So we're going to start off on the left part by leaving a 1 block gap. We're going to go up and we're going to place 1 green concrete like so. Oh, sorry, terracotta, not concrete. What we're then going to do is build this up. So we're going to build up 10. So that's going to be 11 tall. So essentially the first one is 11. What we're then going to do is count 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on this 5th block, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. So again, that's 4 block gap, and then 8 up using green terracotta. The next 2 layers is going to be 1 block gap and then 11. So again, that's 1 block gap and 11, so all the way up until the top. Nice and simple. The next one, exact same as the second one, is going to be a 4 block gap, and then 8 up using green terracotta. The next one is going to be a 3 block gap, and then up 9 using green terracotta. Next layer is going to be a 6 block gap, and then 6 using the terracotta. So we go 1, 2, 3, so that's 3 block gap, 4, 5, 6, and on the 7th block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for the final one, we're going to leave a 2 block gap, and then we're going to build up 10 using our green terracotta. So you can see, again, ends up looking like this. I appreciate you can see in the background, makes it a little more confusing, but just again to give you an idea of the gaps, starting from left to right, it is 1, 4, 1, 1, 4, 3, 6, 2. And in terms of the blocks above, that's going to be 11, 8, 11, 11, 8, 9, 6, and 10. So, again, if you have any issues, please feel free to go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan, but hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory, and we should be good to continue. So the next step we're going to do, nice and easy again, is we're going to fill in the shoulders using our green terracotta. What we're then going to do is shape them. So an interesting thing that RedXPhones did in this design is that the shoulders are kind of curved, a little bit smashed up. So what we're going to do, as I mentioned before, is we're going to go on each side and remove the 2 blocks from each corner, like so. What we're then going to do is turn this into a gradient. So the way we do this is we are going to punch out this block here. So we go 1 inwards on each side. And what this gives us, as you can see here, is this slight gradient. We then go ahead and punch out the 2 blocks in the middle, and it gives us a full-on gradient. So essentially what we've done, for context, is on the sides, we've punched out the 1st and 4th block on the 11th row, the whole row on the 12th, and then we've gone and indented 1 to the left and 1 to the right. So from a corner angle, it looks like this. And as I said, it kind of curves out and rounds out the shoulders, so we don't have quite as blocky of a finish. So very, very nice, a very simple but awesome effect. And yeah, that is the statue so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my arm, and we're going to do a little spin around, not quite as in depth as we would normally, but again, a good opportunity to pause nonetheless. So again, just to recap, the front side, legs 12 by 8, body 12 by 8, each arm 12 by 4. Come around to the left side, the sides are leg and arm both 12 by 4. Rear side 12 by 8 for the legs, 12 by 8 for the body, 12 by 4 for the arms. And then right side, again, exact same, just minus a few details, 12 by 4 for each side. So what we're going to start off by doing now is the head, the final kind of step within the build. It's not too tricky. There's a few kind of small details that might be a little fiddly, but we will persevere. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the front side of the build, come to the front left corner, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And on the 5th block, we're going to place a green terracotta and bring it 2 forwards. We do the exact same on the right side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5th block, 1 green terracotta, 2 forwards. What we're then going to do is in the middle, there should be a 6 block gap. So we're going to place a 6 by 2 of our green terracotta. And we're then going to bring this 6 by 2 forwards 2 blocks like so. So essentially it's overhanging the front side of the statue by 4. You've got 2 layers of 8 and then the 2 block extension, which is 6 blocks wide. That's going to be the underside of the jaw. So what we're going to do is we're going to work up from that in a minute. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to build up the sides. So we're going to come around to the left side. And from this green terracotta here, we're going to expand 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the left. And then we're going to go up diagonal like so. From here, we're going to build up 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're then going to go up diagonal to right. And then 5 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to go down diagonal, and we're going to go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it ends up looking something like this. In this gap here, which should be 3 blocks tall, so you're going to place 1, 2, 3 of quartz, punch out the middle one, and as I said, there should be a 1 block gap. This is where the kind of mouth is going to be. We're going to extend the quartz 1, 2, 3 to the left. Same on the bottom row, 1, 2, 3 to the left. Next to the quartz on the lower row, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 green terracotta. We're then going to place from the left side 2 green terracotta, and from the left side again 1 green terracotta. So leave the 2 block gap here empty and the 5 block gap here empty. Go ahead and fill the rest in using green terracotta. So again, all the way up until the top. And essentially what this is giving us is a 10 tall by 8 wide rectangle, but with a block in each corner missing. So again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. In terms of 3D effects, we're then going to come to the row above the teeth. So essentially the 5th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we come to the 2nd block. We're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Above this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And above this, leave a 1 block gap, 4, and a 1 block gap. So that's going to be a little 3D effect. This one, slightly more complicated, but not really. We're going to grab ourselves our stone brick stairs. And next to this block here on the 3rd row, we're going to place a stone brick stair facing towards the right side. To the left of that, we place one towards the left, and then underneath this, we place an upside down to the left, and next to that, an upside down to the right. Whoops. Make sure you place it correctly. If you don't, and it goes at a corner like this, just simply punch it out, replace it, and that's going to be a little bolt going through the side of the head. So right now, this is what the left side of the head looks like. Again, if you want to pause, please feel free to do so. But again, in fundamentals, it's essentially a 10 by 8 rectangle. Heading around to the right side, we are going to, again, extend this part out here. So we've got the green terracotta, 3 blocks in total. We're going to go 4 to the right. It's going to overextend the back of the head by 1 block, or the back of the body, sorry, by 1 block. We're going to go up diagonal to the right, and then we're going to go up 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're then going to go up diagonal to the left. Whoops. And then to the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down diagonal to the left, and then down 1, 2, 3, and 4. To the left, or sorry, in between here, 1, 2, 3 quarts. Punch out the middle, and then extend the quarts 3 blocks to the right. So again, just a little pause opportunity in case you need it. Second row, we are going to place 1, 2, 3 green terracotta. Starting from the right side, we've then placed 2, 1, and then go ahead and fill in the rest with our green terracotta. So again, exact same as the previous side, and then we're going to copy it with the 3D effects as well. So you can see here, again, essentially 10 by 8 minus block in each corner. What we do is we are going to come to the row here, so the 8th row, and we are going to punch out the second and third block, so it's essentially third from top row, and we're going to indent 2 black concrete. So again, if you come around to the side, it looks like this. And then once you've done that, we're going to do the exact same as before. So above the teeth, we're going to leave a 1 block gap and place 6 green terracotta, followed by a second row of 6 green terracotta, followed by a 1 block gap, 4 green, 1 block gap. Ends up, as I said, like this. And then we're going to grab ourselves our stone brick stairs. In front of this 1 block here on the third row, we're going to place a stone brick stair to the left. Underneath that, an upside down. To the right of it, upside down to the right. And then above that, a normal to the right. And again, ends up looking like this. What I'm then going to do is grab ourselves the buttons. We're going to add some little of the kind of stitches on this side. So above this little 3D effect we've placed, on the left side we're going to place 2, like that. We're then going to go to the right one on the side of the head. And then on the left side, to the left of the 3D effect, we're going to place 2, up 1. We're then going to go up, and then there'll be 1 right here once we finish the top side. So again, this is what the right side of the head looks like. If you want to pause, please feel free to do so. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to link up on the front side of the face and start constructing the jaw. So let's head round to the front side. As you can see, currently it should look like this. So it's a case of bringing left to right, linking everything together. As you can see, we've already got this jaw area here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a perimeter of teeth around the outline. So we're going to do 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and backwards 1, and it's going to link up diagonally with the existing teeth. What we're then going to do is mimic exactly what we've just done, 1 block above, so there's going to be a 1 block gap, and then the exact same pattern with the upper row of teeth, so 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right, and forwards 1, and it's going to link up diagonally like so. Above this, we are going to do a row of 6 lime terracotta, and above that we're going to do 2 lime terracotta, 2 black concrete, and 2 lime terracotta. We're then going to back this all back it 1 row using our lime terracotta. So essentially it's now a 6 by 2 by 2 area, and this is kind of the upper part of the nose, and this is linking into where the eyes are going to be. We're then on the upper row going to bring it back 1 further layer, so it's now 3 wide of our lime terracotta, and then we're going to place our eyes. So as I said before, I'm personally choosing to use sea lanterns. You're more than welcome to use any light equivalent. You could even use black concrete if you wanted to. RedXPhones in the original design used glowstone. It looks great. I like the green of the sea lantern. Feel like it kind of goes with the design a little better. and isn't quite so contrasting as the glowstone with its various yellows and browns and golds and all that good stuff. So yeah, I've decided to use sea lanterns, but again, it's fully up to you. So what we're going to do is on the left side, we're going to place a 2x2 of sea lanterns, exact same on the right. Again, vice versa based on what block you're using. And then we're going to indent behind here a 2x2 of cyan terracotta, and that's in the middle like so. And that's kind of the gap in between the eyes in the middle. So, oops. I'm not sure what my controller's doing there. It's trying to join a second controller when I only have one. That's interesting. So what we're going to do is above the eyes, we're going to place a row of 6 green terracotta. And then we're going to bring it forwards a row, so it's kind of sticking out, almost like a little monobrow going across the front. Makes him look a little more aggressive, a little more scary, of course, fitting with the theme. What we're then going to do is above the original layer, we're going to place a row of 6 green terracotta, and that pretty much wraps up the front side of the face. In terms of detailing, we're going to grab ourselves the stone buttons, and on the right side of this kind of nose/cheek area, to the right of the 2 black concrete, we're going to place 2 buttons and go down 1, and then above, we're going to continue this, so we're going to go forwards 2 to right 1 in front of the eye, like so. On this top bit, the row we've just placed, we're going to place from left to right 3 buttons, leave a 1 block gap and place 2 more. Again, just kind of more stitching details across the front. And this is the front side of the face complete. So again, I'm going to give you a few different angles just in case you want to pause and catch up as necessary. But again, nothing too tricky at all. So that leaves us now with some pretty easy things to do. First off, we're going to come around to the rear side of the head. Essentially, this is a case of linking everything together. So first off, linking left side to right side, we're going to place a 6x2 area, again left to right. And then from here, we're going to build up until we reach the top. So all the way, including this one here. So of course, there's a 1 block gap in the corner. We're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way across. And this is going to give us a lovely plain surface on the rear side. That's all we're going to do with it. There's no need to detail it. As you can see here, that is the rear side of the head. Very nice and easy. Exact same with the top. Go ahead and fill it in with our green terracotta. So again, green terracotta all the way around. And then we're going to add some details. So come back around to the front side. We're going to go to the front. We're going to count in 1, 2, and on the third layer, we're going to count in 3 from the left. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 using our black concrete. And behind this, we're going to place 3 rows of black concrete, so it's going to give us a 4x4 square. It should be positioned right in the center of the top of the head. And the reason you'll know that is there's 2 block gap on each side, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 front, 2 back. In the middle, we're going to place a 2x2x2 cube of black concrete. And essentially, around the perimeter of the lower part of this, we're going to do a 2 buttons on each side, as you can see here. Again, kind of going with the detailing and the theme. So right now, we have the head, we have the top hat, we are missing the ears. So in line with the top hat, we're going to leave a 1 block gap to the left. We're then going to place 1 green. We're going to go 2 to the left. And underneath the second one, or the middle block, we're going to go down, whoops, and to the left one. We're also going to go up and to the right. And we're then going to expand this 1 block backwards all the way across. So the ear is going to be 2 blocks thick. Whoops, if I fly over. So again, that's in line with the front side of the hat. 2 block gap from the front. We then repeat this on the right side. So we place 1 block like so. We're going to go 2 to right, down to right, up to left 2. We're going to slightly different on this one. There's not the gap in the corner. This is in mint condition. That one not so much. So this one's kind of a rounded ear. And then we're going to expand this, as I said, a block backwards. So it's 2 blocks thick in total. And once I back up, it should look something like this. Final details is we're going to grab ourselves our stone buttons. And on the ear, we are going to start off on the second layer, first row. We're going to place 1 button. We're going to go to the right one and up 1. You can place buttons on the rear side of the ear if you desire. I'm not going to personally. But yeah, with that said, that is the main statue complete. What we're going to do before we wrap up the video is we're going to add in the details in the mouth. I'm going to go ahead and make the inside of the mouth. Let me make it out of green terracotta. You can make it out of black concrete, green terracotta, whatever takes your fancy. But it doesn't matter as long as you fill this in solid. And what we're then going to do is this row above the teeth. So essentially the fourth row, we're also going to fill in solid using green terracotta. And that's going to give us kind of this empty area for the head, but it's also going to give us the nice roof for the mouth. Now what I'm going to do, just for lighting purposes, is I'm going to whack some lights there, just so you can see it a little easier in here. You don't need to do that. If you want to, you're more than welcome to do so. And what we're going to do is, in line with this green terracotta here, we're going to leave a 1 block gap, and we're going to place a quartz, 2 block gap, and a quartz. Behind this quartz, we're going to place a wall of cyan terracotta. The wall is going to be 4 blocks wide, and it's going to be 2 blocks thick. So we're going to expand this backwards like so. And it's going to give us this 1 block gap at the sides on each one. And on this, we are going to grab ourselves our stone brick stairs, and we're essentially going to copy what we've done here. So on the lower one, we are going to place a stone brick stair, upside down, and above that, a normal one. Then what we're going to do, and this can be a little tricky, you don't have to place an upside down one, it's just place one like so, facing towards the back. Replace the cyan terracotta you've had to break to get to it, and exact same on this side. So again, upside down, and then we're going to do a normal facing one, punch out the cyan terracotta just so you can get round to the back. And if you place it right, as you can see there, we've got the little bolt on that side. So it's kind of the idea that the bolt's going through the side of the head into the mouth area here. What we're then going to do is from these quartz, we're going to bring it 1, 2, 3 forwards, 1, 2, 3 forwards, link in the middle, and we're going to replicate this on the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, link in the middle, and that's the inside row of the jaw. And then if we back on out, it ends up looking something like this. So that is our Dreadbear statue. Again, it's been a while. Yeah, it feels weird being back making videos, but I do hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. As I said, again, apologies, I've been away. There's been various things happening in real life, including full-time jobs and university stuff, and yeah, various things keeping me nice and busy. But I'm finally back in a position, obviously with the current status of the world, things have changed slightly, so I have a bit more free time where I can kind of chill out and make some videos. Hopefully you guys will kind of stick around and watch them whenever you feel like it. So what I will say, as I said, it's been a while. Obviously times have changed, various different content and series are out now, and I'm not quite as up to date as I once was with kind of everything you guys are interested in. So please do let me know down in the comment section below what kind of videos you want to see on the channel. I'm going to be hopefully doing a mix of Minecraft and Fortnite creative, a bit of both. But let me know what kind of Minecraft content in particular you want to see, whether that's statues, but also kind of statue ideas, what series you want to see, characters, you name it, I'll try and do it. But apart from that, if you did enjoy, a like is very much appreciated. Again, for the big old comeback, please do hit the like button, comment again down below, share with your friends. You know, we are on the road to 100k subscribers, so any support is appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Again, we are rapidly approaching 100k, so massive milestone. And if you haven't, again, turn on notifications. If you don't trust YouTube, frankly, I do not blame you. Follow me on Twitter at GummyBearGames. And again, final plug, I promise you, if you use the support a creator feature on the Epic Games Store, or you purchase any skins in Fortnite, use code GUMMY, so that's GUMMMYYY, so GUMMY with 3 M's and 3 Y's. I get a tiny small percentage every time you buy something, but of course, if that's done in mass, it adds up massively and is a massive help for the channel and helping me return to doing this on a full-time basis. So, apart from that, I'm going to leave you guys here. Again, appreciate it's been a really long video. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light